Hi, everybody. I'm Caitlin, and this is Jen.
Hi.
And we're so excited. We're coming to you from Bloom's home office, and we are just still in heaven celebrating our new 2026 release that just came out a couple weeks ago. But we've had so many questions because we don't know if you've heard, but we had 3 brand new layouts come out. So we thought it would be really fun to sit down and explain to you the process of how we make our layouts, and then show you in depth the new layouts as well as the our classic layouts too, so that you can figure out exactly which planner is going to be the best for you to take on 2026. So I do have a lovely guest star here with me today. Jen, do you want to tell them a little about what you do here at Bloom?
Sure. I am one of the graphic designers. So you met Meredith at the last one. So she does a lot of the covers and the sticker packs and everything like that. And I do a lot of the calendar pages. So all the desk calendars, the interior pages for all the planners, things like that. So I get all those pages laid out. If you love the Freebie Fridays, that's me with the ideas from everybody. But I get the one gets to bring those to life. So those are always fun too.
Yeah, so I thought who better than the layout expert to come in and explain kind of what that process looks like for us. See, Michelle said you're our layout rock star.
We're knee deep in an upload deadline. So
yeah, for people who we touched on it a little bit last time, but for anybody who's just seeing this now, how far in advance do we work usually on the next layouts?
Well, considering it's only September of 2025, we are getting ready to upload 26-27 academic year. So
crazy.
It's like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Don't ask me what year we're in because I don't remember half the time.
Yeah. And we're like, wait, 2027, 2025? Yeah, what's going on? So yeah, we work way in advance. So when we make changes like adding in new layouts, so much work and thought goes into what they're going to be. And we have a lot of time to plan that out. It's a good thing we're planner people.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's a big change. Like any significant changes to our layouts for us is a big deal. So that's, again, why I wanted Jen to come on with us today, so you could hear it from her about kind of what that process looks like. So yeah, Michelle just said she's currently proofing things that have a 2028 date on it. Like, what? That's crazy. Hey, Carrie, checking in from Canada. Welcome. All right. So Jen, I do want you to explain a little, can you tell us about the process of how we kind of brainstorm new layouts? Because it is a big deal.
Sure. I mean, a lot of our stuff is kind of repeated year to year, but we do try and mix it up a little bit, especially with those front pages. So if there's a page that maybe isn't serving people anymore or is just kind of getting a little outdated, then that's when we'll start populating some new stuff in. Sometimes they're pulled from a Freebie Friday that we've done in the past that people really love. A lot of it is when you guys are posting how you're using your planners. If you're not using that particular page and you're revamping it into something new and different, we're like, we love that because it's generic enough that everybody could get something out of it. Then we'll ask permission and we'll co-create it with you and it'll get into the planner. Our joy list started out as something like that as well. So that was always a lot of fun.
Nice. All right. And then can you tell us a little about the process for once we have an idea, how, what goes into actually creating it?
When we actually create it, then it depends on the process of things, but with the new clearly stated one that was co-created with Clear. So we talked to her, we had Zoom calls, we back and forth with emails. She gave us a whole kind of Google Doc list of all the information that she wanted in there. And I just kind of went in and laid everything out and then back and forth, kind of the process of just making everything perfect.
Nice. Cool. And then from the 3 new layouts, I have to know, because we haven't talked about this in person yet, what is your favorite new layout?
Of the 3, I'm going to have to go with the clearly stated layout. I do kind of like how it's split half and half. So you've got a little spot for your to-dos to check off. And then you also have the open area for anything else you have going on for that day.
All right. Now, I didn't write this question down for you, but it just popped into my head. What, including the new ones, is that your favorite of all of our layouts, or is one of the classics your true diehard?
Of the classics, I'm a monthly planner user. Okay. I don't have a lot going on where I need monthly and weekly. So, because I keep it at work more than carrying something around with me all the time. So just having that open on my desk and having that monthly overview of deadlines and uploads and things like doctor's appointments, stuff like that and whatnot, it's nice to just kind of have that as a glance.
Perfect. And we're going to go over all of those here in a minute. So thank you so much, Jen.
You're welcome.
I am hoping slowly I'll be able to get all of the Bloom girlies in here with me live to get to talk to you guys and for you guys to learn more about what they do. But we knew when it was coming to layouts, we had to bring Jen in. So yeah, me and Mary was like, yay, Jen. So yeah, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Jen's going to pop back out. She's busy working on that upload. And I'm going to try to switch my camera view over. You can see I brought this guy out. Let's see if I pop this in. And we're going to start by looking at some of our new planners. So since Jen was talking about the Clear Year of Miracles planner, let's start with that. There we go. Okay. All right. Sorry if there was an echo there for a second. We should be all good now. So if you can't hear me in a second, leave me a comment down below. But we should be good now. Let me pop this other one in too, just in case. Okay. So this is our clearly stated planner. It's called the Year of Miracles. She's 7 by 9. Yeah, she's 7 by 9. I want to make sure I'm telling you all the right things. 7.5, sorry, by 9. So she's the same size as our Vision planner. And it is a collab planner with Clearly Stated, like Jen said. This is part of a give back line. So proceeds from this planner are going to be going to the Frankie Lemon School and Development Center. So they are a 5-star center that welcomes young children with and without disabilities to create like an experience that's beneficial for all of them, and making sure everyone feels like they belong and it's super inclusive. And so that is a program that's near and dear to Clear's heart. And so we're so excited to be able to partner with her in something that gives back. So when we're talking about the layouts, though, I want you guys to see this is what the monthly layout looks like in this new planner. So we have space on the sides here. It is a faith-based planner. So we have room for this month, I really want to, and then a scripture for the month, and then just a very clean and simple monthly layout. And then the real difference for us comes in the form of that weekly view, right? So each day we have this week's top 3, so top priorities. There's a scripture at the top as well. And then the days are broken into sections. So what Jen was saying, her favorite part about this is how it's split in half. So on this side, it's blank so that you can use it however you want. And on this side, we have the check it off checklist. So it's definitely a different view. It's interesting for us to see, what the feedback's going to be on this, because I'll show you in a minute, but our standard planners have these horizontal large boxes as well, but we don't have them split this way. So if you are a list keeper or like a hybrid where you want to be able to jot down notes, but also have your to-do list, a layout like this would be really fun for you. I think would really serve you well. So that is our new Year of Miracles. Like Caitlin's saying, I love this split layout. We'll pop that up there. If anybody has any questions, feel free to leave them here as well. I would love to hear from you guys. If you have any questions for Jen too, she just popped back into the chat. So she's not gone, don't worry. Okay, for our 6-month to-dos, this is our today's to-dos. It's an undated 6-month planner. This one is 7 by 9. Okay, so pretty much the same size as our Vision and that Year of Miracles. It's got this really pretty linen texture cover. But the inside of this one is definitely different. So this one doesn't have those front coaching pages, but it has lots of note pages. And then all of the monthly layouts for this one are in the front. Okay, and that's because the actual days are individual daily pages. So a blank page for the day looks like this. So you have your date, your to-do list, it's timed column style, and then a little like blank notes, doodle, whatever you need this section to be. So I did try to fill in some of these, and Jen and Meredith had filled in some as well, just so you can get an idea of what different information is going to look like on here. So I like practiced, mine for today. So I have my timed here, right? Dropping the kids off, reminding myself to pick up my prescription on the way in, time blocking my work schedule. So we have a meeting at 11:30. I had emails to catch up on and making sure I'm prepping for our meeting, making sure that I actually take a lunch break. That's big. Sometimes I forget and end up eating at my desk and it's like, now I need to, walk away for a minute. I like to also time block, an hour for Instagram or emails or whatever your specifics are at work. Even if it's like at home and you need to make sure you have an hour just for laundry, right? Like 1 hour, I'm setting a timer. We're doing laundry and clearing out baskets. You can time block stuff like that on here really easily. And then reminders about, kids after school activities, or if you're and have a meeting or in a club or book club or things like that, date night, you can always, I love that it comes down to 7 and there's even room below that. So you can keep it extending if you need to. For the to-do list, it's pretty long. So I have mine split into work and home. You could do that. You could split it into multiple. You could color code it. You could sort it by people that you need to follow up with their to-dos. I don't know if you want that mental load added to you, but if you need to do that, you can do that. And then I like to use this as a notes area. So in our meetings, a lot of times we're brainstorming, and it's nice to have a little place to jot down notes that maybe don't need to be on my to-do list yet, but I don't want to lose them. So this is our undated 6-month daily to-dos. And so this one doesn't have any tabs. You just flip through. And I love, love, love this, especially for work, because if you're someone who doesn't need to plan out weekend details, you're not losing out on space or pages, right? You could just go, if this is your Friday, Monday morning, you come in and you go right to the next day. So that's why there aren't any tabs and all of the months are in the front here, because that way you're not having to worry about where you are in your pages if they're lining up. So Michelle said this one is one of her faves. It's super open and calming, and it's just like clean and simple. So if that is the kind of planning that speaks to you, especially if you're a time block person, or if you can even be a little scattered and you want to try to like pull yourself in a little, give yourself some limits, making sure that, it can be daunting to do things like clean the house. Right? You look at clean the house, and you're like, well, I don't even know where to start for that. That's going to take all day. I don't want to do that. With something like this, you can really, like I said, set those specific times, put on a timer, put in just a half hour, and kind of make it digestible chunks of your day. So this is great. A lot of our ADD and ADHD community members have been asking for something like this to really help guide them through their day so that they have a clear plan and they're not trying to make those decisions in the heat of the moment. So definitely something to think about if you like the idea of a very guided day, something to really hold yourself accountable to. And the list makers, right? I am a list maker for sure. Something like this 100% speaks to me, but I'm more likely to not lose anything or forget if it's in my planner versus having a million little to-do list sticky notes everywhere, because I am a sticky note I'm guilty of a sticky note. So that was our undated daily to do. Okay, and then this guy, this one is exciting. This one might be one of my new favorites. So this is the, I'm going to give you the correct official titles here. I wrote them down. This is our timed vertical planner. She's 8.5 by 11 with interchangeable covers. So this is our garden party cover on the front. It's beautiful. We love her. You love her. She's by far our top seller. But the cool thing about this planner is that the cover is a clear sleeve. Okay, and it comes with 3 different cover options in here. So we have the garden party, we have our purple with the gold foil, and then we have midnight sky, my personal favorite. Okay, and so you can pick which of those you like the most and put it in the front, or you can feel free to make your own, print out your own background and put whatever you want in here. Hey, Jana. Thanks for hanging out with us. So that's our interchangeable cover, right? And then, like we said, this is a timed vertical planner. So we got a lot of feedback from our vision planner girlies, where it's a vertical planner, all of these columns, but they weren't timed. And a lot of people are, again, were saying, I need to be able to time block. I need to be able to have more guidance through my day. I need something, you know, with more structure to it. And so this is our answer to that. So for the monthly view is the same as in our standard planners, right? So you have the whole month. The weekends are tinted. You have your notes section here on the side, but the weeks have another note section and a spot for your healthy habits, habit tracking, but the days are broken out into these columns. So they go 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., but you can adjust as needed. There's room down here at the bottom with a water tracker, and a lot of people like to use this for meal planning, meal prepping, anything like that. And so that, and it goes through the weekends, because we know that there are some people who don't want to plan the weekend, and that there are people that have a crazy busy schedule, or maybe work not a 9 to 5 job, right? And so if you're working at a restaurant, you might need, you know, to be able to mark out what time you're working Saturday night. Or I know when I was working in retail, I never had the same schedule Saturday to Saturday. So I would definitely be jotting that down for myself, so I knew exactly when I needed to be where, because it would change regularly. So that is definitely a unique and different cover for us, but we know that there are plenty of people who are looking for that timed option. We heard you loud and clear. We take so much stock in the comments and communications that we get from our customers, both through emails and in our Facebook community. So if you are not a member of our Facebook community, the link is down in the description below for you. We would love to have you over there. It's free to join. There's tons of planner inspiration over there, and lots of questions and answers and brainstorming. We put out polls to get feedback on the new covers and layouts and fonts, all of the things, because our mission at Bloom is to inspire others to bloom into the best version of themselves. And we can't do that by telling you what we think you need, right? The best way for us to help serve you is for you to tell us, you know, what you need, and then we'll make that for you. So, yep. So these are our standard kind of classic planners. We went over our 3 new beautiful gals, but I wanted to touch on our standard, like the regulars, right? So that you can just see the differences if you've had one of these before and you want to compare it to something new, or if maybe you're new to Bloom in general and you haven't seen this and you have no idea what I'm even talking about. So all 3 of these planners, they're different sizes, right? We have an 8.5 by 11, we have a 5.5 by 8.25, and we have a 4 by 6 pocket planner. These all have the same layout inside. Okay, so the monthlies all look the same, just like the timed one we just looked at. So you get the weekends marked and the note page. And then the daily, or I guess weekly views where your days are the same layout, just in a different scale. Okay, so the main difference in choosing one of these is how much information you need to be writing down, maybe how large your handwriting is. This one has 10 lines for you to write on for each day. The medium, the 5.5 by 8.25, has 8, and the little guy has 6. So the spacing isn't a lot different. It's more like for the lines, it's more about how many lines are there for you to write on. So these are great for people who want to be able to customize, because you could still make a line down the center here and put half of this as a to-do list and have the other half open, like the Year of Miracles. It's just going to take that extra step of you doing it. So if you want to try that out in a standard planner, you can do that, because then maybe it doesn't work for you, and the next week you try a different layout, right? I wanted to show you, this is in an older planner, but just a little bit of how you can customize those boxes. So I was inspired by Amanda from our Blue Ambassador team. And so she makes a little section on her regular horizontal weekly spreads where she can put her timed meetings, timed things. She puts her top priorities under that, and then has a space for her to-dos. So I just thought that was a really interesting way to kind of divide it up. I just used a ruler and some mild liners, but you can do whatever you need to do. And I think this is kind of the most versatile option if you want to play around with things, or if you're somebody who likes to journal when they plan, or go back afterwards and add notes to things. If you're a memory keeper, a journaler, then this size I think is great for you. You put all the notes, all the details. You can scrapbook in here if you wanted to, especially the big one. So having those options are kind of standard planner is good. And these are the same whether you're doing the soft cover or hard cover. So this 5.5, nope, 8.5 by 11 and 5.5 by 8.25 both come in hardcover and soft cover. And then our little pocket planner guy only comes in soft cover. He looks like that. It fits right in your purse. I have one of those little crossbody bags and he fits in there perfectly. So I also wanted to show you the beautiful vision planner that inspired our new column style planners, because she's the OG column. Okay, again, same monthly planner setup, monthly view setup where you have the tinted weekends, that nice long notes list on the side. But our days, again, have those columns with the note section and the habit tracker, just like our new one, but it's not dated. So if you want the freedom to adjust this yourself and use it for timed or a to-do list or whatever you need, the vision might be better for you. If you're looking for a true timed guided planner, then the new interchangeable timed or the undated daily to do would be your best bet, because both of those have timed columns, where this one is a little more open and like free form. So it depends on what you're looking for, but if you're a list maker, this one's going to be a good one for you. I'm a list maker. I love a to-do list. I love to be able to check things off. And I don't have as many things that are like timed events through the day. So vision is a great option for someone who works like I do. But you can see here too, in Jen, I think Jen mapped this one out for me, but Jen has like, time blocked out for meetings and things like that, or her appointment reminder is still in there. So you can make it work however you want. I think these original planners both the classic and the vision, both just have a little more room for customization than our new ones. Our new ones are a little more guided. If you're newer to planning, guided might be a little easier for you if you're just jumping in. So that's our vision planner layout. And then this is the one, when I was asking Jen which one of like all of our planner layouts are her favorite, she said monthly. So I wanted to show you a look at our monthly planner. So this one has this really sturdy, really thick plastic covering on it. It technically is an insert, so you could change out the cover if you really wanted to. But these are beautiful. There's we have the same covers that are in that interchangeable we have in the monthly. So Midnight Sky, the purple linen with the gold foil flowers, and then Garden Party in this one. But the thing about a monthly planner, these only are available in calendar year. So we have them for like 2025, 2026. There aren't academic versions of this. All of them will run January to December. So throwing that out there, we've had a couple people wait thinking they could get another one in July of next year, and you can't. If you want it, you got to snag it now. And these were one of the first things to sell out last year. So we changed how we ordered, and hopefully that won't be an issue, but I want to be super upfront with you guys that if you are a monthly planner user, sooner is better. I am a monthly planner user, so I have an extra special place in my heart for these guys. So let's see, Daring Northern said, glad to be here, pretty cute planners. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so excited that you could be here too. So for our monthly planner, it's hard to even get her on here completely. It's okay, we'll do our best. She's only got the months, right? So if you don't need that individual daily planning, but you need something you can carry around with you versus a calendar that's going to hang on the wall, then your monthly planner is your best bet. So she's still large. She's 9 by 12. Okay, so she's even a little bit bigger than like a standard 8.5 by 11 notebook. And still plenty of writing space for each day. They aren't lined, so that again, you have a little bit more freedom for how you want to use this. You also have a hefty notes section for each month, but that's what's there, right? It's just the months. So you can go through, and like Jen was saying, she just needs a monthly overview to see when she has appointments, when things are due. She has a separate pad that she keeps her like daily tasks in, or a notebook. Her planning is really at a month level. She doesn't need timed. She doesn't even need, multiple details per day. So if that speaks to you, then this planner is the one for you. I personally use these planners. I'm the social media person here at Bloom. So I use these for my content planning because I can see exactly where the gaps are. And if new ideas pop up, I can see where I have room in the schedule to add them. I like to color code in here because it's really easy to see the trends of different colors, what you might be really heavy on for something, what might be lighter. And even if you're using it for things like appointments, my mom was the primary caregiver for my grandmother a couple years ago. And she had one of these that was just dedicated to my grandmother's appointments and medication pickups and things like that. And it made everything so much easier for her because it was one dedicated spot that she could take with her to appointments and be able to see all of those things in one place. So this is our monthly planner that Jen was saying is her favorite. So that is a pretty brief, but pretty specific overview of our kind of regular standard planners. So we talked about our monthly planners. We talked about the visions with the regular open columns, right, that look like that. We talked about our standard planners that have these horizontal boxes in multiple sizes. Okay, we have our new timed interchangeable cover. We have our undated daily to-dos, where each day has a time section, a to-do list, and like a blank notes area. There we go. And then we have our new Year of Miracles clearly stated planner that has the horizontal sections, but they're already divided up for us. So Carrie said, beautiful covers. Thank you so much. If you didn't get to see the last live, we were talking all about, let me switch. All right, can you guys hear me? Switching audio back and forth is super fun. If you missed our live from, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we talked about all of the new covers. We took a look at all of the new covers, and Meredith helped walk us through kind of the process of how we make those, how we pick them, how she physically makes them. So if you didn't get to see that one, make sure that you go back and check that out. But if anyone has any questions on layouts or any other topics or ideas that you want us to cover in general, we're going to be making our lives a more regular thing here with you, our live streams. I want to kind of get back into a plan with me for the following month. We did one of those in July for August, and it was really fun to just kind of hang out and do some planning. So we're going to get into the habit of that. So keep an eye out for future announcements for those. The best place to keep up with us and all of our events, and if you have questions, is definitely our Facebook community. So if you're not already, like I said before, the link is down in the description for you. It's a free Facebook community that you can join. There's just a couple quick questions at the beginning to make sure you're a person and not a bot. And we'd love to have you over there. It's a really fun place. We get to ask for lots of feedback, and we're constantly inspired by the questions and everybody sharing their planner spreads over there. So I am just so grateful to have this time with you. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. If you're watching the replay of this, thank you so much for your interest and watching. And if you have questions even after this, leave them down in the comments. I do keep eyes on these videos afterwards so that I can help anybody out who might need some assistance or recommendations. But otherwise, all the important links will be down in the description. If you're in love with any of these new covers, I will add those there as well right after this. But yeah, thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. I will see you guys back here soon, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.